Welcome back to another episode of this beautiful Taekook Arranged Marriage series. I hope you will love it. Jungkook thanked Jimin, Hobie, and Jin Richard. The Kim and Jungkook carried Taehyung in bridal style. Jimin rang the bell of the door. The door opened and standing there is Jungkook's mom, Mrs. Jeon. She gasped when she saw Taehyung and sleeping in Jungkook's arm and his leg was wrapped in a bandage. She immediately stepped backward and made a place to enter the guys. When Jungkook came in the living room, he saw Mrs. Kim, Mr. Kim, and Mr. Jian was discussing something. Hearing the footsteps, all of three elders turned in the direction of Jungkook. They were shocked when they saw Taehyung in this condition. Mrs. Kim immediately ran to Jungkook and asked what happened to my baby. Mrs. Kim is scared because he had only one son, which is God gifted for him. He was a special biological trait of reproduction, even though he is male. But after the birth of the Taehyung, something happened to his, so he never able to conceive again. That is why he is so protective about Taehyung. That is why he is trying to patch him with Jungkook, because Mrs. Kim knows that Jungkook will never hurt his baby. Even he can die to protect his baby. That is why he is supporting Jungkook to pursue his baby. Jungkook looked at Mrs. Kim softly and said, "Uncle, he is okay. Nothing happened to him. He is just sleeping." Jungkook said and went to Taehyung's room. All the family members followed him. Jimin opened the room and helped Jungkook to enter the room. Jungkook made Taehyung to lie on the bed and cover him with blanket. Mrs. Jeon looked at her son worryingly because Jungkook face saying that he is very worried about his baby. Mrs. Jan knows his son is acting strong. When everyone went out, Mrs. Jan left with his son. He is sitting beside Taehyung. She tapped him on his shoulder gently and said, "He will be okay, baby. Don't worry." Jungkook looked at his mom and said, "I don't know, Mom. I just don't want anything bad happen to him. I can't handle it." Jungkook said it while controlling his tear, which is at the age to drop from his eyes. After some time, everyone came out from Taehyung's room. Mrs. Kim knows if something bad happened to his baby because mother instinct never lies. When everyone settled in living room sofa, he take a deep breath and look at Jungkook and ask, "Care to explain? And I know something bad happened to him, so don't lie to me," he said in a caring mother tone who is worried for his baby. Mr. Kim saw his wife is very sweet at his back to make him calm. "I really don't know, Uncle. We should ask Jimin," Jungkook said, and now all the eyes are staring on the single person. Jimin got due to the stare he is getting from both Kim's and John's. He has no time to ask them if he should tell them or not. He also knows his friends only can't handle this thing because he don't know where is the document of perfume, because finding the culprit. If culprit launches the perfume, then every hard work done by them will go in vain. To find out real culprit, he need help of his family. So Jimin decided to talk. Taehyung need his family support now. "Why are you so silent, Jimina? Tell me what happened," Mrs. Kim asked Jimin irritatingly when he saw Jimin. "Do not opening his mouth. Okay, I will tell you, but I don't know Taeyang will like it or not. Jimin said he don't want to take kicks from his best friend. Taeyang is the person who always hides his problems from his family, but at the same time, Jimin knows it is not a small problem. Don't worry about it, I will handle him. Jungkook assured him and made him sigh to continue. Jimin nods to him and a small smile and said, "You all know, yesterday he successfully completed all the experiment of perfume and he decided that he is going to launch that product at Christmas." Yeah, he yesterday told us. Mr. Kim said to not understanding what Jimin is pointing. You know that's good. Then but now we have problem with the perfume, Jimin said. And what is that? Mr. Jeon asked, because he can't able to point out the things. Someone hacked the system and stole the recorded document of perfume and his book also, where he had written everything. We get to know about this just half an hour before Jungkook's arrival. Actually, I asked him about the document and he tried to open it right that time. We get to know what that someone stole his recording by hacking, Jimin said. But why his whole studio was settled like it and it is hit by a cyclone, Jin asked frustratedly. Okay, actually Taeyang was searching for the book in which he wrote about perfume. He got very mad when he didn't find the book and searched everywhere, tossing all the things which came into his hand. He even didn't know that he shattered our studio. When I scolded him, then only he knew that what he did to his studio. He was angry and disappointed at himself that he didn't even saw broken glasses on his way. Then Jimin stopped speaking. Everyone knows what happened to Taeyang. Then Jungkook asked to him how the heck that book disappeared from the studio. Hobby, I think today they had a workshop. Someone may stole it. Jin, then we should check CCTV camera. Jungkook, yeah, we should. Jimin, wait a minute. Our shop's CCTV are all connected to our mobile, so we should check it now. Everyone started to look at the screen. Then they saw one small college boy went inside Taeyang's private room and looked around, and he searched for the book. That's when Taeyang also entered and they talked something and Taeyang went back. That boy finally found the book and kept it in his bag and left the studio. When all of them looked at the video, one thing is confirmed: whoever this boy is, he is not culprit. If he is real culprit, he at least knows how to keep himself away from camera. But the boy is very young and like he just entered college. Jungkook, I think someone paid him to steal the documents. Jimin, yeah, look at him. He is very young, Mr. Kim, but who no one knows he is my son and he is the legal heir of Kim, Mr. Jian. Maybe this thing is not related to that, Mr. Kim. I think maybe he is someone who want to trap Taeyong. Hearing Mr. Jian's statement, everyone is stunned. Maybe it is possible because no other possibilities are there. No one knows any information about Taeyong Jin. That makes sense, uncle. Even he refuses to say he is the owner of the shop publicly. Only our employee knows about it, and he even made a contract with all employees about secrecy. of his ownership. Jungkook knows that Taeyong don't like publicity, but right now what Jimin is telling him, he can't able to digest it, saying myself as owner of the shop, how it will hurt Taeyong's privacy. Jungkook thought in his mind there is something more in it all. So, baby, what are you hiding from me? Jungkook, guys, don't you think it is odd? Okay, I agree that Taeyong don't like crowd, but saying himself as the owner of the cafe don't hurt him. I think something more is there. Hobby, yeah, you are right. Jungkook, for the same reason once Jimin and Taeyong argued, and that Jimin wanted him to announce his name publicly as owner of the shop, but he refuses. He even refused to talk with Mr. Kim. You didn't told anything about it, Mrs. Kim. Mr. Kim, you know our son. Maybe he was want them to not tell us. Three of them, Jimin, Hobby, and Jin, not at Mrs. Kim's statement, Mr. Jian. There definitely something is cooking in Taeyong's life which is we don't aware of. Maybe he's trying to hide from someone. Don't you think? Whatever Mr. Jian said, it somehow made sense to everyone. Now all of them started to remember how Taeyong every time avoided the party of the business partners, how Taeyong avoided to going clubs, and Jimin, Hobby, and Jin each of act somehow making sense to him now. All of them are trying to put puzzle together. Jungkook, why are you are right? I think Taeyong is hiding from someone. Then they heard loud thud from Taeyong's room. All of them immediately get up from the sofa and started to run towards Taeyong's room. What the heck was that? Mrs. Kim screamed while running towards his room. When they reached at the Taeyong's door, they tried to open the door, but the door was locked. All of them looked at each other. He locked the door. Jimin said, "You freak, I am going to kill you." Taeyong screamed. They all heard that. They never knew Taeyong will scream like this. By the second of Taeyong, they may know he is very angry at the person who is talking with him. Once they heard, "Do you want what do you coward? You are not going to get what you want." Taeyong angrily screamed, then went silent. They didn't heard anything. Jungkook is now worried, so he slowly knocked on the door and said, "Baby, it's me. Please open the door." But he didn't get any answer. Then he turned to his uncle, Mrs. Kim. Mrs. Kim understood Jungkook's look, and he came more closer to the door and talked to Taeyong. "Taeyong, baby, please open the door. Your mama is here. Baby, please open the door. I am worried for you," Mrs. Kim said. While crying because he knows his son can't take when he cries, he knows Taeyong will definitely open the door. As expected, the door opened and Taeyong opened the door of his room and he saw all the people of his family are standing in front of him. He can see clearly that they all are worried for him, especially his mom. He never wanted to make his mom worried. He knew he can handle the situation, but sometimes we are not able to hold our anger. Some random people came in our life and the past and ruined everything in a minute, which was worked for many years. That's what happening with him. He is working on creating his own fragrance of perfume from many years, which when finally he did it, this is happened to him. Someone said that things became more hard and tough when we are near our success, but Taeyong knows that he can't just act like heartbroken. He have to take action for him, his family and friends. He look at above and says, "I'm okay guys, I'm just beat of second. Now I'm alright," he said while making sure that he is sincere in his word, otherwise his mom will catch him. But he seems not Okay, Jungkook said without blinking. His eyes is still staring at his baby. He wanted Taeyong to tell him truth. Now he understood Taeyong is someone who loves to hide things and most of the things to himself. Jungkook wanted to be part of Taeyong's life. He expected Taeyong to trust him in both thick and thin times of his life, but Taeyong is stubborn. Okay, if you say so, Mrs. Kim said and hugged his baby tightly. Mrs. Kim knows that his baby is hiding things from him, but right now he is happy because his baby is trying to be strong in front of everyone. That means his baby is ready to face that soap opera whoever is on the phone, which made his baby to scream. No one wanted to make them more frantic than before. Then Mrs. Kim spoke. Okay guys, let's have dinner first and we will talk about these things later. Everyone agreed to them. Okay, I will come after freshen up, thanks said and went inside. Mrs. John and Mrs. Kim made a side to Jungkook, like talk with him, but Jungkook had other plans, so he said, I will talk to him after dinner and I want to sleep here today, uncle and mom. Okay, it's your house, Jungkook. You can stay here as much as you want, Mrs. Kim said and left with Mrs. Jeon to kitchen. Whereas Jungkook went inside the bathroom of Taeyong, he saw Taeyong is washing his face. He went near and back hugged him. Jungkook kept his hand on Taeyong's shoulder and circled his hand around his baby's tummy. Taeyong's body stiffened due to sudden action of Jungkook. He didn't saw when Jungkook entered his bathroom. He is feeling Jungkook's breath on his neck, which made him tickle at his neck. Then Taeyong felt Jungkook's lip on his close to his ear. Jungkook touched Taeyong's left ear and Taeyong can't control it. He cried, Young. Jungkook heard his baby's cry, but he didn't quite because he wanted to make his baby little bit relax. He wanted his baby to forget all worries for a few minutes at least. Jungkook can do that. Then Jungkook moved his lips towards Taeyong's neck. He kissed that smooth milky skin. Taeyong is feeling like wiggling. Now he is going to fall on the floor at any time because his legs are jelly now due to Jungkook's closeness. He remembered last night what his young did to him, but he is still not used to it. So he balanced himself and he pressed his hand on the sink. Young, what are you doing? He asked while breathing heavily. I'm just making my baby happy, Jungkook said and made Taeyong turn and face him. Taeyong's face was flushed red now. Taeyong looked at his young and he can't control his nervousness. To prevent his nervousness, he started to bite his lips. Jungkook saw how his baby biting his lips. It made him ravish those lips. Jungkook thought, only I have the right to do this to my baby's lips. Jungkook moved his hand to Taeyong's face and he pressed thumb on Taeyong's lips and said, Don't. Taeyong didn't understand what his young is saying. What young? I don't understand. I said, don't do that to your lip. Only I can do this to them. Jungkook said sternly, still keeping his hand on Taeyong's lips. Taeyong is really startled by Jungkook said to him. Jungkook looked at his baby who is staring at him. Jungkook moved more closer to his baby's face but then interrupted. Knock knock, the bedtime. However it is, Jungkook said and gave him a small peck on his baby's lip and stepped backward. Taeyong went outside the bathroom hurriedly and opened the door and saw Jimin is grinning at him like Chim Chim. Guys, you both have all night to do naughty things. Now come on to dinner, everyone is waiting for you, Jimin said. And without wasting time, he went away from Thang. Thang thought for a second, then he understood what Jimin is trying to say. So he yelled, "You Pabo, come here." He never went away. "Let's go." Jungkook always said, and Thang nods to him. I started to walk with Jungkook once again. Jungkook and said something which made him blush more. We should consider his suggestion and do now. Before Jungkook continued, Thang covered his Hyung's mouth to stop him talking by his palm. "Let's have dinner," Hyung Thang said, and Jungkook nodded to him because they are already in dining room. Both of them went and sit on the chair which are empty at. So everyone, how was this? Don't forget to tell me in the comment section. I hope you will love it, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next episode. Till then, take care, safe. Okay, bye bye.